So here, again, I have these two vectors. I want to know what k should be so they're orthogonal. And orthogonal just means, hey, they meet at a right angle. There's a couple of different ways to think about that. So whiteboard. And a grid would be nice. Now, we don't know what k is, so we can't quite draw b, but we can mess around. So let's see, 5, 4. So let's start down here, say, and I want to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 4. All right, so for sure, I've got that vector right there. Now, I can sketch in a vector that is perpendicular to that by just saying, all right, I just want to go perpendicular there. So that would be like this. Looks like about a right angle, I would say. Pretty darn close. Oops, I moved it just a little bit. That's right. I'm just going to shift that down. Ooh. So this, I'm trying to draw a line that's perpendicular there. Now, I want to use the version of this line where the x component is 1. So again, this is my vector A right here. Which is 5, 4. And I want to create a vector B so that the x value is 1. So I go over 1. How far down do I have to go to get the right vector? And so that should be about this vector right there. So I think that's the vector I want right there. So I can kind of estimate in my picture, hey, that looks like it's about 1, -2 for that vector. So let's think, oops, wrong button. Let's think about how the dot product plays into that. So we know that A dotted with B is equal to either AX times BX plus AY times BY, or the length of vector A times the length of vector B times the cosine of the angle between them. And we want the angle between them to be 90 degrees. All right, what do we remember about the cosine of 90 degrees? What's the cosine of pi over 2? Well, it is 0. So that means the dot product has to be 0. Cool. We can dot these two. 5 times 1 is 5. So A dot B is equal to 5 times 1 plus 4 times K. And we know that that has to be 0 because they meet at a 90-degree angle. Cosine of 90 degrees is 0. We can easily solve for K. Subtract 5, divide by 4. So it's going to be -5/4 for K there. -5/4 is what? So my picture must be a little bit off there because that is -1 1/4, 1.25. So my perpendicular line is not quite perpendicular, but I tried. Another way we can check that is if two lines are perpendicular, think back to your algebra days, then their slopes have to be negative reciprocals. So the slope of line A here, that is 4/5. The slope of line B here would have to be -5/4. And if I center these at the origin, that right there is just the y value divided by the x value. And if I know the x value is 1, then that negative reciprocal, -5/4, would have to equal y over x equals 1, and I can solve for y that way too. And if we do that, we can see y is -5/4, just like the dot product told us. So it turns out I didn't actually have to use the dot product, but it's another application for it.